is senior day, getting ready to start. North Alabama versus University of Alabama Birmingham. First serve from Ryan Gepford to Asma Infante, and on a double hit on the set, that was Isabel Day with the double hit. So 1-0 North Alabama. Here in the near court, it's UAB, Azabeth Infante, and Isabel Day. Asmabeth with this pass. Day with the set. And she knuckles it. It's blocked by Griner for a point. 2-0. So nice work by Paige Griner. She's number 2 at the net. 2-0 North Alabama. Serving Ryan Gepford. She's number 4. Floats one to Asmabeth. Bump set. Then a seam kill for Asmabeth Infante. Infante's number 21. Number 12 is Isabel Day, affectionately known as Izzy Day. Day will serve. She floats it across to Griner. Gepford has to knuckle it on the option as she falls to the carpet, but gets it over the net, gets a kill. 3-1 North Alabama on a very athletic play by Ryan Gepford. All right, Griner, the freshman, to serve for the Lions. Floats it to Infante. Infante's out toward the pin. She's going to tack off the net, and she rolls it cross, gets that kill. Nice spot by Infante. 3-2. Serving Infante. Trailing by 1. And she floats it deep. Right there is Griner. Griner's going to attack out at the pin. She tries to knuckle it over Infante, but Infante with the rejection. As they say, the roof. Infante was an indoor player for a few years for FIU. Now she transferred to UAB playing some beach. This is only her second year of playing beach, but she can jump. Infante serving. She goes line. Gepford's there with the pass. Now Gepford's out at the pin. Gepford knuckles it for the kill off of the block. So 4-3 on the side switch, North Alabama. Used the block to her advantage. They call that when you use the block and get a kill, that's a tool. So a bit today with different players tooling each other from time to time. Gepford serving. She floats it line to Infante with a nice pass right there in the middle. Now she swings, goes seam, gets the kill. 4-4. Day will serve. As I said, this is senior day, and on the court, Gepford, number 4, is a senior for North Alabama. Had a very good career here for the Lions. Floating serve to Griner. Griner with a nice pass. Now Griner attacks. She cuts it, but Day right there with the great job just to dig that. Now Gepford has to take it over. Day is going to attack, and she cuts it around Griner for a kill. It's 4-4. Actually, it's 5-4 UAB. Excuse me. Scoreboard's a little slow on getting updated. Day floats this one, goes line. Griner with a really good pass. Now she's going to attack, and her attack is blocked. 6-4 UAB. Day to serve. Izzy floats it to Griner. Another good pass. Gepford options it. Knuckle for the kill. Good idea for Gepford after Griner's had a couple balls that were blocked. Gepford says, hey, let's get them a little bit out of system on the defense, and just took that on the second one. So 6-5. Griner will serve. Goes line. Infante with the pass. Now she's going to tack out by the pin. She rolls it, but it's blocked by the net. So 6-6. Tried to use the equipment for some help, but the equipment was not listening. Griner serves, all tied up. Goes to Infante again. Asma Beth will attack toward the middle. She rolls at Gepford on the dig. Now Gepford's going to attack in the middle. And she goes seam, dug by Day with a good dig. Now knuckle short. Day's there again. Nice job by Izzy. Now Izzy swings Gepford overhead dig. Now Gepford attacks pin. And she goes big swing off Day for the kill. Cross court with that kill. 7-6 UAB. Good round of defense there by both squads. Just keeping some balls alive. All right, Griner will serve. This is for the side switch as she serves a spinner. Day's going to attack. And she goes cross court, but it sails long. So 8-6 on the side switch. Every 7 points, they switch sides to allow each team the good side, which today I don't know that there's a bad side. Got a very slight breeze, high sun, beautiful day here in Florence, Alabama, home of the North Alabama Lions. Griner back to serve. Griner floats this one. Asma Beth with the pass. Now she's going to attack off a nice high set by Izzy Day. And Asma with the kill in the corner. So nice spot there by Infante to register that kill. It's 8-7. North Alabama with the advantage, serving Infante. She goes line and hits the net. And as I said, tried to use the equipment earlier, used it really well that time as she tried to serve it to Gepford, hit the top of the net and crawls over, gets that ace serve. So it's 8-8. Infante serving again. She floats this one to Griner. Now Griner's going to be in the middle. And she goes toward Infante. Good overhead dig. Now a knuckle. It's short, but right there's Griner. Griner's going to attack. She goes line. Infante on the option. Gets it. So Infante with the block. It stayed close to her, and then she just jumped up on the second hit and took it deep into the court, landed on the line, got that kill. 9-8. Advantage UAB. Very athletic play by Infante. Infante with the serve. Going seam, Gepford plays this one. Now Gepford's going to attack. And she cuts it around the block, down the line, gets that kill. It's 9-9. Looks like Gepford will be serving for North Alabama. She's serving this time in the middle of the court. And she's trying to go seam, but right there's Infante. Infante on the C set, and she rolls it, but it goes wide. So good idea, just a little bit wide on the attack. So 10-9 advantage, North Alabama serving Gepford. Gepford goes toward Infante. She makes a nice pass as it was getting away from her. And she tries to cut it, but the ball was on the other side of the pin, so she would have had to been a magician to get that ball into the court of play. 11-9, North Alabama. North Alabama now serving. Gepford goes toward Infante again. Day with the great job just to keep it alive. Gepford's there on the pass. Now Gepford up at the pin, knuckles it over. Infante gets the kill. 12-9 on the side switch and technical timeout. So that was all set up by a nice play just to keep the ball alive by Gepford, and then she finishes it with the knuckle after giving the assist to Paige Griner on the set. So 12-9 advantage. North Alabama, as we're at that technical timeout. If you're new to beach volleyball, when you get to 21 points, you take a little rest, you get some water, and you get a lot of coaching. Because they really can't coach you in the game except on side switches. They can walk with you, the coaches that is. They can walk with you and they can tell you to make some adjustments, but you can't stop and listen and get great coaching. So this is where the coaching really takes effect, that and timeouts and in between matches, or sets, and matches. We've got a couple other matches that are going right now, but they're also at the technical timeout. or a regular timeout. So we've got the 6th pairs playing for North Alabama. You've got Sarah Larkin Lewis and Marty McLaurin up in that one, 13-8. And then you've got the 4th pair from North Alabama, Mabry Whitehead and Lucy Wedding. They're trailing 14-6. That one's at a timeout, actually, not the technical. They've got one more point, and they'll have the technical. Now it's 14-7 in the 4s, and they're at the technical timeout. So that was a good timeout. They got a point back. All right, coming back out onto the court for this one, it's 12-9. Advantage, North Alabama. And Gepford will serve. She floats it down the line. Right there's Infante. Now she's going to attack middle. Big swing. Gepford is right there for the dig. We're going to give that a butter dig. And then Gepford rolls it off the block. Infante there. Day goes down the middle. Gepford touches it. Great job by Griner to run it down. Now Gepford sends the sky ball over and deep. Infante plays it. Infante attacks. Rolls it. Griner with the good dig. Gepford on the option. Dig by Day. Now Day's going to attack. Rolls it right there. Griner for the dig. Griner attacks. Knuckles it over. Infante for the kill. Great defense by North Alabama to keep it alive till they finally got back in system and could score. 13-9. Griner will serve. Excuse me, Gepford will serve after the Griner kill. Gepford floats it short. Infante gets there. Now she's going to attack by the pin. She goes down the middle, gets the, about said kill, but it was long. So attack air, 14-9. And that ball came. I had to defend myself. I actually caught it before it knocked me over. Gepford goes line. Infante is right there. Now Infante's going to attack. Great line shot right there. Griner gets a fist on it, but couldn't control it. So that's a kill for UAB, 14-10. Izzy Day to serve. Izzy Day is from the Kansas City area, Kansas City, Missouri. And if you're not familiar with Kansas City, there's a Kansas City, Missouri, and there's a Kansas City, Kansas. And that's an ace serve by Izzy Day right down the middle of that husband and wife serve. Tough serve to play because both teammates have to communicate very well. And as you saw there, because both kind of went for it, then on the pass, Gepford had to go try to get it, and that's tough. So if you can serve that every time, it really makes it hard on the receiving team. Griner with the knuckle. Great dig by Day just to keep it alive. Now a jumbo, and that's a kill by Day, and we get to see her great defense as she got to a ball that most would not have gotten to keep it alive. So nice work there by Izzy Day, 14-12. Now Day's going to serve again. Floats this one to Griner. Griner passes it. She's going to attack middle. She rolls it over the block in front of the defensive Day. That's a kill, 15-12. Nice work by Griner. That wasn't a knuckle. That was a true roll, and she put it perfectly. Nice work by the freshman. All right, serving will be Griner. 15-12 advantage, North Alabama. This is for the side switch. Griner spinning serve. Day's there. Great serve. And then on the cut is Griner there with a great dig. And then she knuckles it short. Infante with the dig. Now, Asmabeth rolls seam and gets it right between the two North Alabama players. So 15-13 advantage. North Alabama on the side switch, but great spot by Asmabeth Infante for that kill. All right, as you see, they're walking and they can't really stop. They just get to talk to them, the coaches do, and now we're getting ready to resume action. Infante to serve.